Connecteam versus Jibble. If you are comparing these two, you have done your homework. Both are leading tools for time tracking and scheduling. They're built for frontline and deskless teams, and on the surface, they do look a lot alike, but they are far from identical. And the moment you go one layer deeper, the difference becomes very, very clear. Today, I am breaking down both side by side. We're gonna cover who they're built for, where they overlap, and where one goes way beyond. We'll also talk about pricing so that by the end of this video, you know exactly which tool fits your business best. Now, quick note before we dive in, I do have links to both of these tools down in the description below, and by using those links, you do help support this channel at no extra cost to you. Now, let's start with the foundation. Both Connecteam and Jibble are built specifically for frontline and deskless teams. You could think of restaurants, construction, retail, healthcare, cleaning, field services, or anyone managing a team that is out in the real world rather than sitting at a desk. Now, a bit about both tools. Connecteam is trusted by over 1.2 million managers and employees with a 4.6 out of 5-star rating on Capterra. And that's based on 4,800 plus reviews. And in addition to their time tracking and scheduling, they built an all-in-one platform with 3 hubs: operations, communications, and HR and skills, designed to replace your entire suite of management tools for deskless teams. And we will get into that more later on in the video. Let's talk about Jibble. Jibble is used by over 100,000 businesses. It's primarily a time tracking and attendance platform, focused on clock-in accuracy, GPS verification, face recognition, and getting payroll-ready timesheets out the door. Now that we have a foundation of both tools, let's start with where these two tools genuinely overlap. Both have a time clock with GPS, face recognition to prevent buddy punching, geofencing, NFC clock-in, and kiosk mode. Both also have mobile apps on iOS and Android, as well as timesheets that export to payroll, time off requests, and scheduling. Everything I just listed is in both platforms. But here is where the conversation changes. Let's go deeper, starting with the time clock. Connecteam adds GPS breadcrumbing, and that means it logs your employee's location at regular points across the whole shift, not just at clock in and clock out. And you end up with an actual trail of where your team was during the workday. And a really important feature as well, you could set up geofencing, which draws a virtual boundary around a job site so people could only clock in once they are physically at the location. Now, on the other hand, Jibble does not have route tracking, but it connects GPS points with straight lines, so the route on the map doesn't actually reflect the path your employee walked or drove. And that is really essential if you run field service and you need to prove your crew was on site for the full job. Breaks are another gap. Connecteam lets you set up paid and unpaid break policies with reoccurring breaks built in, so the rules stay consistent across shifts and you stay compliant with labor laws. Jibble will allow you to set when breaks happen, but you can't set them to reoccur automatically, and there's no way to stop an employee from ending a break early. For any business that doesn't want to micromanage breaks for their employees and comply with mandatory break laws, this is a real risk, not just an inconvenience. Let's talk about scheduling next. Connecteam was built for shift-based teams from the ground up. You get drag and drop scheduling and an AI-powered auto scheduler that builds your whole week in minutes based on your employees' qualifications and availability. You can copy a previous week or a full month of shifts, save that shift's template, and set reoccurring shifts so you are not rebuilding the same schedule every time. And get this, you could also open up shifts for your employees to claim and handle shift replacement that you approve straight from the app. Jibble's scheduling is there, but it is far more limited. On the free plan, you only get a small number of schedules to work with before you have to upgrade. Next, let's talk about digital forms and checklists. Safety inspections, incident reports, end-of-day compliance docs. These are all built right into the Connecteam app. There is even a feature called File to Form where you take a photo of an existing paper form and it'll convert it into a digital version for your team to fill out on their phones. That is gonna end paper chasing and the hours of manual admin work. Jibble has nothing like this at all. Connecteam has a full training and onboarding platform with courses, an AI course creator. You just write a prompt and get a ready-to-use course within a matter of a few seconds, and an AI knowledge base agent. And this is really valuable. For example, when one of your employees is on a job site and has a question, instead of having to call the manager who may be busy at the moment, they could ask the AI agent on their phone and get an answer immediately based on your company's own knowledge base. You can also keep employees up to date on their training and check each person's progress on every course. Jibble again has none of this. No forms, no training, no onboarding, no HR hub, and no AI agent. Now let's talk about pricing. Jibble's free plan looks generous on the surface, unlimited users, core time tracking, but the moment you try to run a real team on it, the limits show up fast. You only get 2 geofences, a limited number of managers, and a limited number of schedules. So if you have more than one location or you need real PTO tracking, you're getting pushed into the paid plans almost immediately. Let's start with Jibble's premium plan. That is gonna run at $4.49 per user per month, and unlimited runs at $7.99 per user per month. Both billed annually. For instance, if you have a team of 30 on premium, you're going to be paying around $134 a month and 70 cents. And with their unlimited, you're going to be paying around $239.70 a month. And that is just time tracking. No forms, no training, no HR tools. On the other hand, Connecteam is free for up to 10 users. This is not a trial, this is actually free forever. And this is for all 3 hubs with all core features. There are no caps on geofencing or schedules. For teams above that, paid plans start at $29 a month as a flat fee that covers your first 30 users. And because Connecteam breaks pricing into 3 hubs, you only pay for what you actually need. And if you do want to try the paid features first, there is a free 14-day trial with no credit card required. So which tool is right for you? Look, if you manage frontline teams and your single biggest pain point is clock-in accuracy, things like buddy punching, employees clocking in from the wrong location, payroll errors, and that is really all you need, Jibble is a well-suited choice. It does that one job well. But if you need more than just accurate timesheets, if you need forms, training, onboarding, compliance checklists, paid and unpaid breaks, an AI knowledge base, scheduling, GPS time tracking, or just want one app that replaces 5 separate tools? Oh, and not to mention payroll integrations with ADP, QuickBooks, Gusto, and more, Connecteam is going to be your most complete solution. Jibble is not even close when you look at the full picture for running a frontline team end to end. Click the first links down below in the description and you could get started with either tool. And don't forget, with Connecteam's paid plans, you could get a 14-day free trial with no credit card required. And hey, if you got value from this video and you want more like this, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.